I don't like the smile on the apple because it's creepy and it looks like it has like wrinkles. Ew. Look, it's creepy. It's like a nightmare. You could have that in your nightmares.
Welcome to Cereal Snob.
Give me some of that.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Cereal Snob. I'm your host Thomas Hicks, as always. On October 18th, 2018, Kellogg's and Glad partnered up to release what is undoubtedly the biggest and coolest cereal crossover of all time with the All Together cereal. Now they released this cereal exclusively in their Kellogg's NYC store for free. I'm not joking, it was literally free. You go in there, you grab a box, you got an empty bag that you got to fill up with any of the cereals you like, and you got to make your very own All Together cereal. Whether it was like that, the one on the box or not, didn't really matter. You got to make it and it was free. Very cool, right? What they were asking people to do that day was take a pledge and a stand against bullying the LGBTQ community. And I think that's an awesome thing to support. Now, I already made a video about that where I kind of took my own stand and I asked you guys to do the same. If you want to watch that, you can, but I'm not going to go over that in this video. I'm really just going to go over the cereal in more detail. So let's do that by taking a look at this box. Now, you can see on the front of the box, you have so many of the Kellogg's mascots just standing there repping their brand. You got Tony the Tiger, the Little Frosted Mini Wheat, their son from Raisin Bran, Toucan Sam, Snap, Crackle, and Pop, Applejack Cinnamon, and the Rooster, all with the biggest smiles on their face, looking like they're having the best time standing around a really pretty bowl of cereal. Now, when you turn the box to the right, you see just a message that says, be inclusive, accepting, inviting, nice, kind, loving, happy, together. Now let's turn to the back of the box where we see really pretty cereal cascading down to a bowl. Plus, this is where the mission statement from Glad and Kellogg's is. I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but the general idea is, all together cereal is a symbol of belonging no matter how you look, where you're from, or who you love. Right? Very, very cool. Now, when you turn to the last side of the box where the nutrition label normally is, it's not actually there. I guess because they're not selling this cereal, technically they didn't have to put that, but they gave you a spot to name the mix you made. My friend Tyler chose Unicorn Chow, and I love that name, Tyler. Thank you very much. Now that was 2018, and as cool of a message as this is, I definitely thought it was the last time we see Kellogg's do a partnership like this. And I mean, because the company has such a high pedigree and it has its name on so many, like it owns so many products, there was a huge pushback from people saying that they shouldn't get politics and cereal mixed and so many other hateful and ignorant things. Now, I won't go into much of that here or any more of that here because this isn't a place for hate. My channel's a place to be uplifted and talk about like cereal. But just know that there is pushback or was pushback. I actually had to disable comments on my video from my review last year because some alt-right site decided to write an article, link my video, and I just got drowned in hateful comments. So instead of deleting them all, I just disabled comments altogether because that was the only way to win. But the good news is this year they decided to do it again, and to our collective delight, you could buy this stuff online for 20 bucks. Thank God, because anyone who doesn't live in New York, this is like impossible to get. But for 20 bucks, you got to pick this up online. You can get it shipped to your house just for 20 bucks. There's no extra shipping. And a part of those proceeds go to Glad to help them do their thing. But you know what? 2019's version is a little different from 2018's version, and I want to go over these differences right now. Now, the 2019 version of the box is actually a little bit taller than the 2018 version, plus it's a little bit lighter in color. And actually, all the mascots in front have like a different pose than they did last year. And some of them got a visual upgrade. Like I'm looking at you, Mr. Mini Wheat, and the Rooster. They look better this year for sure. But we're suspiciously missing Applejacks. And at first, I was a little confused as to why that happened. I was like, oh, maybe it's because they look too similar to Fruit Loops. They wanted like a bigger variety. But then I realized they have Frosted Flakes, Corn Flakes, and Raisin Bran, and all those pieces look almost identical. So it couldn't be that. But once you open the box, you'll realize, just like I did, the reason why this must have happened. They have 6 individually packaged boxes inside this box, which is to say you have 6 separate cereals and not one all-together cereal, which definitely seems counterintuitive to the idea, but that's the way it is. So they have 6 in here. They literally couldn't fit more. So I think someone was like, hey, we don't need to redo the artwork if we just Photoshop off those little red pieces on the Applejacks. And voila, now they're Fruit Loops, bada bing, bada boom, you got your new box art. Now, because the food industry is so regulated and they're selling these this year, they had to put a nutrition label on the box in 3 separate places. It's up here in the top right-hand corner. It's literally the entire bottom of the front of the box, and like 2/3 of the back are just nutrition labels. And then it's just annoying, like unnecessary. It's because of this design that I just feel like last year's version looks a little more clean, a little more like a real cereal box. This feels more like I guess one of those like tri-packs you get at Costco. And that so bums me out. Like, not only does it make it harder to get yourself one bowl of altogether cereal by you have to open up 6 individual boxes, it's like, it's just not the same. And I wish someone would have just done a little more work to make the altogether cereal in a bag with one nutrition label they could have put on the side, and then we could have had just a prettier bag like last year's. Now, obviously this is like a gripe from someone, or like this is a gripe, it's not that big of a deal because the cereal more or less is the same, but I think the older box looks just nicer than the new box. So there's that. Now, with all that being said, I'm still obviously very happy that this cereal exists yet again in 2019. I'm really proud, and I stand by Kellogg's for standing by the decision they made last year to support the LGBTQ community. I think it's really important that we all accept each other for who we are, and I encourage you that the next time you find yourself judging someone, remember that none of us can accurately judge a book by its cover, and instead of trying to judge someone based on a generalization or something someone else said, how about if you don't understand them, you just go up to them and say, hey, what's it like to be you? And be genuinely curious. If nothing else, you'll understand more about the reason why they are who they are. And I think that'll give you a profound understanding that just makes you more tolerant and accepting of people who aren't like you. Even if it doesn't make sense for your life, you'll see how it makes sense for theirs. I want to say thank you to all of you, especially if you made it this far in the video. You guys are literally the reason I keep doing this. That's the whole purpose. Like, you're here, and it means a whole lot to me. Now, I actually have 3 extra boxes of this stuff that I wanted to give out to 3 of you. But I'll give you more details of that on my Instagram tomorrow in a post, so stay tuned. And if you want that, please go follow me. It's Cereal Snob on Instagram if you don't already do that. Or if you're here, just stay tuned because you'll see it tomorrow. Anyways, guys, that's it for now. I'll chat with you in the comments. And again, thank you for hanging out. Have a good day. Peace.